morning, you guys. Happy Mother's Day for those of you who are celebrating here in the United States, and sending a lot of love out to moms here and there. Still blessed to have my mom here. Thank you again for all the love and support you guys have been sending her way. Keep it coming. Feels good. So, love you guys. I'll probably be seeing my grandkids later, and I'm going to go see my mom during the week this week. So, Tom and Nick stopped by last night and dropped off this beautiful bromeliad for me, which I love. I love getting plants any time of the year, but I'd rather have a plant than flowers that are going to fade away, you know. Although you guys know I love my wildflowers. So that was cool. And what else is going on? Speaking of moms, I wanted to show you guys this because I've started wearing it this week, and you know, everything has been very sentimental, and my mom is very ill, and so, you know, every moment is precious, but I'm nostalgic for everything. And years ago, my mother bought this ring at a local craft fair, and I've had it. She gave it to me. I've always coveted it, and she did give it to me a few years ago, but it's a sculpture more than it is a piece of jewelry. It's a woman who's bent over, and there's her face. I hope you guys can really see the detail on this. She's got, look at her back and her little hiney. Okay, she's got her hand in her hair. I mean, the detail on this thing is just incredible. And you can see it underneath as well. I really hope you guys can see this. Anyway, I love it. There's a good story that I could tell you about my mother wearing this ring that I'll save for another time, but it's just gorgeous. And it's a little too heavy. It fits my ring finger here, which I have a ring from my son on, but it's very heavy. And so I decided to put it on a chain and wear it. So, Mama, I'm wearing your ring, and I love it, and thank you for everything today and every day. I'm so blessed to have you. I'm so blessed to be your daughter. Thank you so much. Okay, you guys, I have a lot to show you today. We went to the auction last night, first time in 2 weeks. I got a few really cool things to show you, and I also got some things in the mail this week. Maybe I'll start with that. I told you I placed an Amazon order. Oh, and I apologize. I feel like I apologize a lot, but lately. I didn't do those tutorials that I promised you last week, but I have the supplies now, and this week is going to be a very busy week for me. So I'm going to put out the Gypsy and the Witch journal page. I'm going to do the Mike Deacon Mission Inspiration page. I'm going to do the tutorial that I shared with you for the Galactic Mobile. And I'm going to try to get the other beaded mobile done. I'm being very ambitious, but definitely Gypsy and the Witch, and definitely the Galactic Mobile. But speaking of that, I told you with the mobile, for all the marbles that I own, hundreds of marbles, I ran out of shooters, the big ones, so I ordered some on Amazon, and I just got a dozen of them. They came in a bag, and I may alter some of these before I use them, but so I got those, and I also got, Tom picked these up for me, bless him, these ball bearing swivels, which are fishing equipment. I think I've seen Pam Tonino use these as well. We've used these in the past to hang mobiles and things, you know, especially outside, because they're sturdy and they swivel, so your mobiles don't get caught up. So I'll be using those in the tutorial too, and they're cheap. I don't know, he probably paid $1 or so for these. So he got me a bunch of those, and also some jump rings too to go with that. So that was cool. And also from Amazon this week, I had never heard of this brand of colored pencils, and I posted a picture on Facebook and got response, but Do you guys have any? I know personally, I'm really enjoying these. So I couldn't believe with all of, I just did finish my KonMari art supplies, going through all that stuff. And I have Inktense pencils. I have Prismacolor water soluble. Everything was water soluble. I realized other than crayons and like pastels, I didn't have any basic colored pencils. I couldn't believe it. So I didn't have $100 to buy a set of Prismacolors, which I wish I did. Although I hear conflicting reports about breakage, etc., etc. I got this set of 72 Marco Raffine fine art colored pencils. I believe they were about 20 bucks, maybe 24-ish. And I'm loving them. I put them right now in these little, because I've been using them, so I just kind of have them out in these glass containers. But, I mean, what can I say about a colored pencil, They're colored, and they're pencils. Don't they call them pencil crayons in Canada? Shout out to all my Canadian subbies. Anyway, so I've been enjoying those because I shared with you last week. It's so funny. I literally watch, unless I'm over at the cave with Tom and we watch Netflix and Amazon and stuff, I literally watch YouTube constantly. When I'm home, either my laptop or my TV are tuned to YouTube. So that being said, I'm constantly learning and being influenced and binge watching you guys. And last week I mentioned, or Wednesday I mentioned Barb Owen and Dee Dee Willingham. Again, shout out to both of those amazing ladies. So Dee Dee especially is into coloring books and things like that. So I don't have a lot of those coloring books, adult coloring books. I have maybe 5 or 6, and out of those 5 or 6, probably 4 of them were gifted to me. But I pulled one out, and my plan, of course, was to like scan them over at Tom's so I would have copies, but I didn't. And I just decided to try out my new colored pencils. So this is just I got this on Amazon, Detailed Designs and Beautiful Patterns. Very cheap. I probably paid $2 or $3 for this. Of course, I love the Enchanted Forest and Enchanted Garden and all the Enchanted series. And the Dee Dee has one, Anamorphia. She's got a lot, but like any other addiction, I don't want to throw a lot of money at stuff. But anyway, so I did this page, and my intention, and I've seen a lot of people do this, is to use a lot of these elements in collage and things like that. So rather than just have them sit in the book when you're done with them, also another good reason to make a copy and do them that way so you don't ruin your originals. But that being said, I did this page, and then I did another page that was a full page spread, and I did wind up, I didn't save it to show you, but I did wind up cutting out some of the flower embellishments that, oh gee, they're purple, that I painted, and the color looks really off on the camera. It's super magenta, and it's just not showing up. But anyway, so I plan on using these in, in my art journals, which I kind of had gotten away from my art journals for a little bit, and you guys know that they're coming back. So I'm happy. Again, there's not enough hours in the day to do all the things that I would like to do. Isn't that a song or something? So I've been coloring, which has been great because it's mindless, it's stress-free, the design is already there for you. I love to draw, and that's another thing. I'm like, ooh, I should look into making my own coloring books or things like that. But for now, there's enough stuff out there and enough things for me to be doing. But very great. I highly recommend it. I mean, people associate it with like being a kid, but you're never too old for this kind of stuff. I am a kid, and I tell you guys that all the time. I like to color and blow bubbles and play games and just fly a kite, Speaking of kites, our annual kite festival was yesterday, and we have had nonstop rain for the last 10 days. Finally today, right now, I wonder if I could show you guys. It's blue skies out here. Okay. But it's still only, 50 degrees out, which I'm not complaining. It's not snowing, but It just feels like spring is now sprung. So I saw my landlord the other day. He goes away for the winter. They go down to Florida. Shout out to Florida people. My gypsy sister Rita Marie. So he came back up and knocked on the door, and I was like, "Welcome back," and he's like, "Yeah, welcome back to winter." I'm like, "I know." And you know what else he said to me, you guys? And I almost fell out of my wheelchair. He goes, "Hey, what happened to the rhododendron bushes?" I was like, "Jerry, I thought you wanted the rhododendron bushes cut." And he's like, "Not like that." Hello. Again, the damage is done. You guys are going to be hearing about these rhododendron bushes for the next year and a half. Apparently, as I knew, our gardener got a little overzealous, but Jerry's like, "Oh, gee, no, I didn't want him to do that. It's not the right time of the year for that." I'm like, I know. Anyway, I did have to laugh, because what are you going to do? If you're not laughing, you're going to be crying. And I would much rather be laughing, you guys. And you make me laugh. So that was that. As far as seeds and stuff, I'm looking out now, and literally everything. Oh, and also, he told me he's going to be power washing my deck, which kind of, in a way, I'm glad that I haven't unpacked everything out there yet, which I've been talking about for a year. So I was like, well, let me know when that's going to happen, because, obviously I'm planting and things like that. The only thing that has sprouted so far that my grandson and I have put into pots on the deck is the kale. And it looks, the pot is full. So that's very good, but I don't see any tomatoes coming up. I haven't been out there like really close in it, but I could see the kale from here. So that's exciting. And what else? I'm looking at my list here. So I talked about the tutorials. Oh, I wanted to answer one of my dear friends here, and you guys should check her out. Danielle Loves Art. You saw some happy mail that she had sent me, as well as many other people. She's amazing, and she always sends a lot of love. And she asked me if any of my artwork was for sale. And I apologize, Danielle, that I didn't get back. I know, I didn't finish getting back to you. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, I always have links below. I have a page on Facebook, Flying Spider, that kind of just is a showcase for my art and creativity. And right now, I am not really, like, everything that I make potentially could be for sale. I do have prints of my artwork, a lot of my black and white Zentangle-ish drawings available. But as far as the collages that I've made recently, the mixed media collages that I've made, I would have to charge you $600 or something. They're so near and dear and labor and time intensive that I don't have plans to sell them as of yet. But I am open to suggestions or possible commissions. If, you guys want to talk about something specific, I'm open to it. So I'd love to barter, things like that. And always, into a swap. This month has been challenging as far as trying to reach out and do other things, but I hope that things calm down a little bit and I'll be able to do a little more of that. Also, for those of you who are waiting on Happy Mail responses from me, I will also have that out this week too. Yeah, so getting back in the groove. It's a new moon. I pulled the Eight of Pentacles today, and for those of you, that's like, get on your craft, do what you're doing, be productive. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and I feel it. I've been in a lull, obviously, emotionally, roller coaster. We all get there, right? You got to have some rain to get the sunshine, to get the rainbows, all that cliche stuff. That's true, So I'm on the upswing, feeling better, and yeah, life is good, you guys. Still vegan, still going to put out that 6-month follow-up to my vegan lifestyle. Where I'm at 6 months in, for those of you who are interested. Also, a couple things, I try to listen to the muse or my conscience or my Jiminy Cricket or whoever's talking in my ear. Randomly, out of the blue, the other day, I got a thought to, hey, you know what? Why don't you call up your prosthetic guy, my fake leg guy, and make an appointment. Like, random. Now, you guys know I have a they cut off my leg video. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's one of my earlier ones. And I told you that I have not worn my prosthetic leg for, I don't even know how long it's been now. 6 years? Since I stopped working? Even before that, I had stopped wearing it. So it's been a while. And although I have a state-of-the-art, fancy schmancy one, prosthetics, the industry has made leaps and bounds every day. I'm ready for them to just, I'm going to be able to grow my own new leg soon, you know, with what they're doing with stem cells and 3D printers and stuff like that. You see that? They can print out a kidney, print out an ear, print out a heart. It's amazing, incredible. So anyway, that being said, you guys know, I mean, I've shared with you why I don't wear it, but there are reasons to wear it. And some of the reasons are for proper spine alignment. When I'm standing, I'm always shifted over to the right. Obviously, that's my leg. The pressure on my hip, blah, 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 blah. Again, it's not going to be something that I'm going to be wearing when I'm around the house because it's cumbersome. They're heavy, even the best of ones. But that being said, before I talk myself out of it, I think I'm going to, now I'll talk about this for 6 months before I do it. You guys know me. I think I'm going to make an appointment with Jason, my prosthetic guy, and see about my options. Now, when I first got that's my second prosthetic. I wish I still had my first one. That was really cool. But I gave it back to them. But anyway, when I went through that whole process, I had really good insurance. Now, I don't have really good insurance. I have Medicare, whatever. I have what New York State gives you, which is better than not having any insurance, and I'm thankful and blah, blah, blah. But you know the deal. You get the basic of the basics. But we'll see what's out there. And just because I got that random thought, I thought I got to do it. You know, you got to follow through on those little twists and turns, or not. It's all about choices, right? So I think I'm going to do that, and I'll keep you guys posted. That would be cool for you to see if I decide to do that. And also, what I've been thinking about doing for the last, I don't know, ever. You guys, I think you know that I color my hair. I've talked about exploring some vegan options. My mother gave me some great links for some vegan hair color options. I saw some excellent henna products. Well, I don't know if they're excellent. I haven't tried them out. But henna products at that Heaven on Earth store that we went to last week. So, yeah, I've been thinking about coloring my hair again. Now, I have a lot of grays. I wish I could be like my friend Patty and just embrace it. And maybe one day I will get there. But right now, I've let it go out. And me, personally, even though I'm okay with it, when I see pictures and things like that, I do look older than I would like to look. I'm 51. I'm a grandma. I get it. But it'd be one thing if, you know, I went completely silver, which is an option, right? You can do that now. So my thoughts are, this has been my hair color. My natural hair, this is probably a little bit darker than my natural hair color. But my natural hair color, you can see my eyebrows, is dark brown. And I have some red, a lot of red highlights in it from my Scottish ancestry. And, you know, I've kept the same color. It's always been dark brown. And I'm thinking of going a little bit lighter, you guys. Like kind of a caramel-y, you know? Not blonde. Never blonde. No offense to blondes. I'm just not I don't think I could look. You know, I don't know. I've never put on a blonde wig and looked, but I don't feel blonde, okay? But I would like to go lighter. And for the summer, but that would be drastic change for me, you guys. And Tom is such a sweetie bear. Honestly, in 51 years, I have been to a real hairdresser on 3 occasions. Once when I was 13 or 14, and I got my first, like, wings. Now, this was the late 70s, you guys, and Farrah Fawcett was all the rage. And so, you know, I had to get my wings. So that was one time. And then once a few years ago, probably 10 years ago, maybe a little more, I went to North Carolina to visit my oldest daughter, Rachel. And she's always trying to do a makeover and they would call what not to wear on me if they could, their hippie mom. But she convinced me to go to the hairdresser, and I got some long layers cut in my hair. And I went home that night to her house, and I was like, ooh, I could go a little, because I was very like, don't cut any. So we went back the next day, and I got them a little shorter. So 3 times in 51 years have I been to a real hairdresser, okay? So I told this to Tom, and he was like, he gave me money to go to the hairdresser. What a sweetheart. Are you kidding? I was like, baby. And he was like, no, you deserve it. Hello. How much do I love this man? Okay. I'm tearing up just thinking about it. So sweet. So I know my sister has a girl who does her hair, a friend of hers. And also my daughter goes locally. So between the two, it's probably going to take me another month to go. But I think I'm going to go get my hair did. And it's going to be a little lighter. So let me know what you guys think, if you think that's a good idea. I'm going to keep as much length as I can, and I'm not going to get any more layers cut in it because it's taken me so long to grow them out. I'm kind of just going to grow my hair to see how long I can do it until it gets like really ratty, and then I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, that's all. I just want to change the color and maybe something. But anyway, so that might be coming up. So, new leg, new hair. What's going on? I don't know. All good stuff, right? What else? I just looked over at my guitar. It hasn't moved. It's dusty. Still haven't filmed the last Kamari video. Although I'm ready because I need to do a thorough cleaning in this house, you guys. Like, my house always looks clean and clutter-free, but as far as like scrubbing down the windows and the floors and just really doing a really thorough spring cleaning before it's August would be nice to do, and I'm itching to do it. I've been wanting to open the windows and kind of, so that's coming too. I'm getting the itch. And what else? Oh, another question I had. Someone asked me if I made the pillows on my couch. You know I did. Yes, I did. I made all of these pillows, and I love to sew, and I don't do it enough. That's another thing that my beautiful mother taught me. I'm so blessed. I learned how to sew. I learned how to crochet. She taught me how to crochet, how to sew, how to knit, how to garden, how to cook, how to be a woman, be who I am. Oh, Cardinal, just hi. You know the story of my mama Cardinal who beats her head against the window, right? Well, her and Daddy Cardinal brought one of their, I don't know if they have more than one, but one of their young sons, their babies, to eat the other day. And I was like, oh my God, they're bringing the family. But yeah, he was just starting to get his red feathers. Beautiful. I'm blessed with my birdies. So, okay, what else, you guys? I'm looking. I told you I'm going to do grandma duty later on. I think today. My granddaughter Cammie's birthday is next Saturday or Sunday. And we're going to have a party at like Chuck E. Cheese, the Big Rat. It's just as easy to go there and do that. And but we always have a blast. So that'll be fun. And I saw my sister of the moon, Donathan, this week. She came over for a visit. Always great to catch up with her. She's busy with Lincoln and school and being a mom and running around, and that was good. So I got to catch up with her, and I saw Patty for a minute last night. And yes, sister, we got to reschedule our dinner date, lunch date, whatever. And last time I saw Patty last week at her store, I told you I've been wearing these bracelets, and the turtles all fell off, so she hooked me up with new turtles. So I'm so blessed. I really am. It was great to see Kat last night too, and Diana, everybody at the auction. Love our auction family. So I think that's it as far as catching up, you guys. And now I'm going to show you what I got at the auction. Now, Tom and Nick went home last night. It was probably the most that Tom, I say we, but it's Tom. Excuse me, there's a lot of pollen and stuff in the air. Spent a lot of money there last night, probably over $200. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was over $200 on tubes for their amps and electronic tube related things. He and Nick were like two boys in a candy store. Whatever they got, they were happy about. And so there was a lot of that. So I couldn't even begin to tell you. And oh, and also Tom asked me if I wanted, I told you that he got a matching lamp, that strange one that looked like a scientific beaker. He's not going to be putting it out of the cave, so he asked me if I wanted it. So I said, yeah, so I'll show you guys when I get it. But so they got a bunch of stuff like that. That's mostly what was there last night. So there wasn't really things that I was like, oh my God, I have to have it. But I did get a few things in no particular random order. And I can't even remember why I got some of these. I'll save the best for last. I got, I think for $1, there were these, pretty sure these are pewter candlesticks. All right, I'll show you. This one broke. I don't care. I have a bazillion things like this, and in the KonMari Purge, they're heavy. I got rid of a lot of these types of things. I have no need for any more candlesticks. These are heavy duty, you guys. But things can always be altered, right? When Tom was putting these in the car last night, this one fell and broke. It snapped off at this point. I don't care. Because I was like, oh, well, let's just turn that around. And, oh, look, it looks like a pagoda or a temple or a potential fairy house castle topping or something. So these pieces, and I may put this out. I don't know. I could alter this too. I always look at things like this and think, oh, polymer clay, polymer clay. And that's another thing that just reminded me. I posted a picture of something I cooked this week. Oh, yeah, and cooking tutorials, too. I'm ambitious, you guys. Bear with me. And Pam Tonino, who I shout out again to Pam, commented on one of my utensils. Years and years ago, my sister of the moon, Donathan, my girlfriend Jamie, and I made utensils with polymer clay. And they came out really cute. I still have them. They've held up all these years with no special treatment, so I may do a tutorial on that as well because she liked them, and these are beat up, and I thought that would make a great tutorial, and my polymer clay skills have improved just a little bit since then. So these, long story short about these, and I don't know, everything I got probably came to $6 or $7 total, okay? The candlesticks came with these two plates. Again, they're like pewter. This one had a rim around the edge, like a, I don't know what you'd call it. I don't know, edging. But look at the print on that, on the etching on that. Isn't that cool? And the design here. So I will use this for something. Again, this will go in the altar box. And this is another, you know, heavy duty. There is a stamp on the back with a crown. No date. I don't know if you guys can see that marking on the back there. Right here. But anyway, it's an auction sticker. This totally looks like a frame to me, you know? Put a moon face in there, something. So these will go in the altar pile, and that's that. They came with, and, you know, again, when they hold stuff up, you can't always know what's in there. And they'll, you know, one of our favorite people there, Jimmy, shout out to Jimmy. You know, he'll be like, it's blah, 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 whatever. You know, you don't know exactly what's in here. So he said something about shoe polish or something. Here, look, check this bag out, number one. Now, you guys know I'm vegan. I have no interest in having things made out of animal products. But this is a genuine, like, crocodile bag. Okay? It's a heavy-duty bag. It's well constructed. Okay? It's the real deal. It's so substantial. I'm going to keep this and honor the animal. I don't know. I'm going to use it for something. I'm going to clean it out good. But it's full of shoe polish. So all these bottles of shoe polish. Okay, this one is like full. And I could use these, all right? So I can art with these. You know, use them as... They're dauber bottles that you could refill. You know, listen to me. You could refill with paint and use again, but you can. Scuff cover. And then these, old school. I remember my father always had these. You know, you could use these to antique things. And also, these are cool tins for altering, you know. They almost look like, you know, tobacco tins or Altoid tins. So that's got that. And then it also had 2 brushes. You know, back in the day when people actually polished their shoes. I know people still do. This people doesn't. But, so, anyway, I'll use this bag to hold something. And we'll see if I use these. So that's that. And then, all right, this next thing I'm going to show you is huge and heavy. And I debated on getting it because you know that I purged a lot of my books. But it was only $1. It's probably a $500 book. The dust jackets alone are so cool. And I thought, if anything, I can turn this into an art journal. All right. It is a book on, I'm probably murdering the pronunciation of this, Chartres, which is a place in France where the cathedral at Notre Dame is. And this book is on that cathedral. Okay? It's huge. It's heavy. All right? And this piece was the dust jacket along with the piece on the back, and it's no longer connected. So here, I'll just show you these. These alone would make an amazing journal cover. Okay? Heavy duty cardboard. Look at that. And apparently, which I didn't know, the blue that was used in the making of these stained glass windows in the cathedral has never been able to be replicated, and they call it Chartres Blue. And the actual cathedral itself was built on the site of an old Celtic worshiping ground taken over by the Romans. You know the story. But anyway, so these, and then the book itself is magnificent. All right? I mean, it's just huge and full of these incredible pictures. And so I thought, my God, you know, once I really look through it, I could totally use this as an art journal. I feel like Kilroy. So, yeah, $1, okay? It sparked joy. It sparked joy. And then, also, for $1, and this the color looked different last night. I thought it was just like natural raffia color, but it actually has a metallic kind of a sheen to it, which I thought, oh, I have some of that very cool deco art, elegant finish metallics, I think, that I do on a lot of my steampunk things. So I may redo this with that. But anyway, it's just a simple, you know, table. I'm going to use this as a plant stand. Nothing fancy, you know me. I like it looking like it was made out of some sticks outside. But it's in good shape. It's held together. And like I said, somebody painted it with this kind of a, you could see the like sheen on it. So I may do like that coffee espresso color on it. Or I may just wash it and leave it alone. So that, and then the last thing I got, they always have lamps at the, this is reminding me of a million questions I got. Someone else asked me about my lampshade. I'm sorry, I can't remember who. I did paint the lampshade, and the one in the living room I did with spray inks. And actually I could do it again because I think they are just the Delusions inks. So I'd probably want something a little more permanent. But yeah, I did alter my lampshade. Anyway, tangent. At the auction, they always have a multitude of lamps. I don't know what it is. If you guys ever need a lamp or a lampshade, come to my auction. They're drowning in them. They give them away, practically. They're practically paying you to take them away. Well, I don't need lamps. I hate overhead lighting in general. So I have one small lamp in the living room, and I don't even use a lamp in the bedroom. I have a bedside little lantern I use. But so anyway, they had these, a lot of them are very, not my style, not my taste, okay? No offense to anyone whose taste it may be, but there seems to be a lot of large, gold, ornate, elaborate type of lamps. And 4 of them came up, one, you know, they're like putting them on the table, and there were 4 up there, and they were quite elaborate, and I noticed on them, you know, I love my windows full of crystals. I love to utilize them in my jewelry. Crystals, right? All about it. I see this lamp with crystals hanging from it, like a chandelier. The 4 lamps went for $1. Now, I don't want the lamps. I want the crystals. So we got them, and Tom went up and took all the crystals off the one lamp, and we put the rest of them outside for the garbage, which seems like such a waste, but what are you going to do, you know? But anyway, these are the crystals. So I have a bowl. Don't look at the bowl is not what I got. A bowl full of these, and I believe there are 24, and these were all hanging on the lamp. Okay, and they're this little piece up top too. I love these, you guys. You know you love them too. And they're big, and they're heavy, and they're going to look amazing hanging on some new projects. So I was super stoked to get these. You know, how could I go wrong? How could I go wrong? So I'll be washing these up and putting them with my embellishments, and I'm very happy to have them. You guys, this has been long enough. We're almost at 38 minutes. I love you so much. So stay tuned. I promise there are things coming about, and I so appreciate the love and support. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, I would love it if you do. And if you've stuck with me this long, how about if you put kale in the comments if you feel like it. I love you guys. I'll see you definitely on Wednesday. Definitely sooner than that with the mobile tutorial. I'll get that out right away. Okay? Love you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.